Going against the grain is always the Omega Level Nerds. Hey, it's Nerd 30, and I need you to do me a quick favor. Please help us get past the hate rhythm. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Hey, it's the Omega Level Nerds, Don, J100, and we've got more Star Wars to talk about. But before we get into the Acolyte Season 1, Episode 3, we're gonna talk about the overall unfairness of some of the criticism that the show has gotten, and we're going to kind of put that to bed, because it's a thing, and we're not going to keep beating a dead horse. I'm going to kind of say my piece, we're going to kind of say our piece, and then we're going to be done with that.
Okay.
So, The Acolyte. I will start off by saying that, obviously, it got review bombed, which was unfair. Lots of negative opinions online that I think are unfair. I am a Star Wars mega fan. I am enjoying the show. It does have legitimate criticism, but there are things that it has going against it that I just don't think it should. I just want to bear that out here with you right now, and then we're going to let it go and just realize it is what it is and move on and enjoy our beloved universe. So the first thing, and I'm going to try not to get into spoilers here with episode 3, but the first thing that is being levied against this show is the whole, anti-woke campaign. The fact that, the main person of the show, Leslie Headland, is lesbian. And again, I'm not trying to go into spoilers, but obviously when we talk about episode 3, there's a lesbian, connection there in the show. And a lot of people talk about, episode 3 is going to kill Star Wars. And from what I can tell, that's pretty much what they're talking about. I don't understand that whatsoever. But those sort of things being in a Star Wars show, again, you may not like them, but to declare that the whole franchise is dead is just ridiculous and unfair. I've also seen people on another show that I host, Superhero Speak. Watch our last there, and I debate one of the other hosts about this show, and he mentioned, well, Leslie was an assistant to Harvey Weinstein, so she knew and saw things and didn't do nothing about it. And that's all hearsay. I researched that, and the only thing I found is one story that mentioned an anonymous Hollywood insider, mentioned some things, but no accusations by anybody, no evidence that she knew anything. So again, that's major
What's that
unfair.
to do with the show? What?
Exactly. What does that have to do? Like, a creep can still be good at writing Star Wars. I mean, okay,
I wouldn't even. She's not the creep, though.
Sure, but I'm just saying, if we assume the worst case, still, what does that got to do with the actual show itself?
To me, it seems made up anyway. So since we're making it up, yes, let's take it to its ultimate extreme. She had the black book, and she would pick them out from the club, make sure the actresses were hydrated. I mean, I'm making light of a very serious situation, but at the same time, It's just like y'all making up shit in a very serious situation, it seems like to me, or stretching. That's weird, but sure, yeah, it just threw me off. I don't understand what that has to do with the show.
And overall, with the anti-woke thing, I think people really misunderstand Disney here, because you see, Disney equals woke, Disney Star Wars woke. Like, Disney is not woke. Disney wants to make money. That's what they care about. And they have always chosen to appeal to as many people as they possibly can to achieve their revenue. And so they are very inclusive. because they've obviously decided that there's not enough bigots to cater to them. Because if there was, if, it was 80% bigots on this planet, Disney would cater to them. Make no mistake.
I mean, they do cater to them, but
Well,
that's a whole different.
yeah,
That's
yep,
a whole
yep.
different
I'm sure,
conversation.
yep.
Uh,
So don't misunderstand
like
Disney
at
here.
the end of the day, so okay, here's how they cater to them. Fuck that. Here's how they cater to them. Um, um, Black Panther ain't as real as it should have been. Boom.
Yeah.
Water our shit down. Just because you see us on screen doesn't mean that we're being represented the way that we feel that we should, and two, because we got to water it down, we don't feel represented the way that we should. We're just happy that we're even on the screen in the first place, which seems to
Mhm.
be a huge problem. So I mean, to me, I don't know, man. I don't. I'm not saying this specifically of like the superhero speak gang, because based off of what I watch and see and hear from them, like they're pretty cool guys. But so I'm not trying to cast any aspersions on their character or anything like that. But in general, overall, one, I don't understand what the context of woke they're even using, because like it's a catch-all word. So I don't for them.
Yes.
So or for the people who use it, I should say. So I don't even know what context they're using it in, because if you use it in the proper context, it doesn't make sense. If you use it in the other ways that they use woke, it doesn't make sense. The only thing that I can deduce from all this is the version of woke that's being used is race.
Right.
Oh, there's black people on the screen, so that's woke. Like a diversity hire or something. Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't understand. Like there's not good black actors and actresses. I don't know. I don't understand. It's stupid to me. It's really stupid. So that's why overall, from my point of view, um, I'm kind of done talking about the bullshit, because they don't ever talk about us.
Right.
And it's one of those things that I feel that in a way, without confronting their arguments directly, which is what ultimately needs to happen, because I don't understand their logic in the first place. So the thing that I'm just riffing off of is what I know to be true, which I guess it can be boring. I guess I don't know if you don't like hearing how things work, but um um if I could actually have a conversation with them, that's the only way that I want to address the bullshit, because I think that it's a lot of bots. I don't think the art. I think it's AI. I don't call it AI. I Chat GPT type
Yeah.
stuff. Um, um, type articles and memes, and uh, uh, Facebook captions and tweets. So yeah, I think it's all bullshit. So I
Yeah.
mean, we're not. I mean, we're going to, but we're not actually talking about the show. We're talking about, like, why do people care about ratings? Why does the audience care about ratings? I don't understand that either. Are you the studio or the network that's selling advertising and being able to raise their advertising rates because they have more viewers? Is that your job? If that's your job, I can understand why you care about ratings. But if you're literally anybody else in the world, why do you care about ratings? I don't understand that. I've never quite understood that. Like, oh, it's got so many ratings. Like,
I think that's a
you're just
holdover from
literally
the
telling me you're
80s
just
and
gonna raise your
90s.
advertising rates. All right, cool. I got you.
Yeah. Well, and again, we are going to put this to bed. My last point that I will
Yeah.
make, that I think is just kind of some unfair, negative propaganda toward this. Um, I think that this show is not portraying Jedi in the best of light, and I think a lot of, particularly maybe older, like myself, Star Wars fans really get uncomfortable when the Jedi are not the heroes. I think that's where a
So is
lot
that
of
the real
hate
reason
from
why
the.
people don't like Phantom Menace?
I don't think that. I think that's the real reason people really don't like the Last Jedi. Because of the Jedi deconstruction there. Phantom Menace. People really don't like Phantom Menace because they are my age or older, honestly, saw the first Star Wars, which was for kids, and then they saw the prequels and they expected it to like grow up with them. Kind of like X-Men 97 did with me, how it's like, it's a kid show and now it's a adult show. Star Wars didn't do that. Star Wars is always we're for kids. Although yes, there are things that you can read into and have some media literacy about and
It
have
was
allegories toward real life and
show.
enjoy them, but it is for kids.
Is
What
it?
was
Like, but so is X-Men 97. No?
I don't agree that X-Men 97 is for children. No, I don't. Not to
So
say
then
that they
how's X-Men
can't,
96? Or 90, whatever one,
because
93 or what?
yeah, why? Because it doesn't feature like it does it like it that can be debated, I guess. So I'm not gonna. To
I
me,
mean, because
97 is not. But
especially when you get to like season 1, but like even when you get to like season 3, bro, that's some deep stuff they get into between season 3 and
well,
4.
I think they
I
knew
mean,
that they
season
were.
5 was kind of put together kind of, hastily or
Yeah,
whatever, but season 3 and 4 were pretty deep.
yeah. I can't. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just looking at because I'm rewatching it with my daughter Veda. She,
Mhm.
we're not even through season 1 yet. But just watching with her, obviously there's things in there that an adult can enjoy, and it is dramatic. I mean, on the second fucking episode, one of the team members dies. So there's definitely got that edge to it, but I don't know. I just feel that it's more kid oriented though, because I was a
Like
kid when
I,
I
I
first
mean,
saw it. It was on Fox Kids back in the day on Saturday morning.
right. I
I
mean, it really
digress though.
the kid shows are because I'm watching Yu-Gi-Oh and like they when the dub changes the language, but
Yeah.
eh, it's a little deep,
um,
guy. Over some cards, like chill out, bro.
they do go hard, which is great, which I enjoy. So again, that's just again my last point there, as far as like
Yeah,
it kind of makes Jedi a little sus, and people get uncomfortable when Jedi aren't the good guys. Um, so there we go. We're not going to talk about
I don't
that
know what that means.
anymore. Obviously, the hate's not going to stop. People are
No,
going to start getting, keep getting aggravated because, to be honest with you, Leslie does seem to be a little bit antagonistic here. I wish her, and even Bo DeMeo too, with him like announcing that Morph was binary. Like, just do it and don't talk about it, because you're just gonna razz them up. But there we go. We're done. I'm done with that. Let's talk about episode 3. Spoiler free, real quick, for those of you that haven't watched it and are still with us. Um, Jay, go ahead and go first. What's your rating? What's your spoiler free thoughts on episode 3? Destiny.
I think it was pretty riveting because, I, especially when the action was going down near the end, um, you can tell how they're gonna how the next few episodes are gonna be, and we're gonna be stuck in this time period for a couple of weeks, and we're going to be seeing it from a bunch of different angles. And I love me some context. So we're going to see things what we're seeing we saw things from a certain point of view from a certain view.
A certain point of
Uh
view.
and uh um I think it was pretty riveting. I kind of like where the story is going with this. I don't have like a number for it, so I guess I would say like an 8 out of 10 or something like that. But yeah, it was pretty good. I uh, I would definitely like to discuss more in the next segment.
Right on. Okay. Well, we'll definitely have to discuss some things. I'm gonna come in a little bit lower. I'm gonna come in at a 6 out of 10. I think
Okay.
that the my main criticism for the show overall is the pacing. Thought it was way too quick in the first 2 episodes, and I think we slow things way down in this one. And I don't know if it was completely necessary. So that's going to be my main complaint. Um, but I will say that I did enjoy it. I am very, very interested. This whole event is piqued my interest. I want to see how this unfolds because this person thinks this person did it. That person thinks that person has did it. So this is mainly a flashback. Uh, and again, I don't think it needed to be as long as a flashback, but I did enjoy the content. I do enjoy that we get to see, and on Twitter I actually call them Danthamir witches, but they're not. They're not on Danthamir, so they're not Danthamir witches, but they're obviously a coven of like force witches. Um, weren't really that interesting to me though. I mean, I enjoyed that they're doing that. That they're because there's a lot of different type of force religions and guilds and things that aren't Sith, that aren't Jedi. Maybe they're not all as impressive as a Sith or Jedi, like we see in this episode, where these witches, they're obviously using the Force, but in kind of a limited way. We'll get into more of that. But outside of that, I didn't really find him too interesting. But we do get a very detailed origin of Osha and May. We see where they come from, which again I know is going to be something that continues to be complained about. But I have no problem with
Right
what went
there.
down.
What's the complaint of where they come from? What's the problem with that?
Well, let's go ahead and move into spoilers. So I think that the major thing that we got from this episode is the fact that Osha and May were not conceived in a natural way. They weren't conceived by a man and a woman. They were conceived by two women. One woman, I can't remember her name, but she's the Zabrak. The other woman, who's like the main witch of this coven, they have a baby. And again, the Zabrak carries it. So one woman does carry it. But again, our witch leader here, and I can't remember her name, the other mother to Osha and May, she did something to impregnate another woman. So that right there is going to be something, oh, woke, but nonetheless, when it comes to ruining Star Wars, guys, we've already had immaculate, because it's two lesbians. That's why.
Space wizards. What the fuck are we?
I know.
Okay.
We've already had immaculate conception in the universe, obviously.
Right, we already have.
After this in the timeline, though, okay. But,
I remember hearing about the Jesus theory when I was in middle school, okay?
Yeah.
You know about this immaculate conception. So why are we acting brand new?
Yeah. So that's the thing there. And I can never remember the name of the planet.
What if the person that knocked up Shmi was a woman? Is that woke?
Exactly.
Lord of mercy.
But what do you think here? I mean, so they're twins, and they're mostly children in this episode. So these, as far as the acting goes for Osha and May in this episode, it is the child actors. They're supposed to be twins, but they don't look like twins.
No, I think they did that on purpose. That seems to be purposeful.
Yeah, just so we could keep track of, who's doing what or who's saying what. And which, is probably justified because I still got confused. When one's like, you're always running away and I want to be alone. And I'm like, oh, May wants to be alone. Well, no, it's Osha who wants to be alone. Okay. All right. I got,
yeah.
But interesting though, one definitely, May as far as this pregnancy goes, or these two twins go, she definitely seems to be the dark side one, right? Because she's like trying to harm those little butterflies and stuff. And Osha seems to go toward the light. So yeah, I mean, what did you think? I mean, the Jedi there, so those 4 Jedi that Osha in present time, or May in present time, is trying to assassinate, which at this point she successfully assassinated 2. Master Eldra, Indara, and Master
Jedi
Torben.
Trinity.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Jedi Trinity.
But yeah, so You know, they don't tell us why these witches are exiled here or what they ran away from or what,
Well, wouldn't that
who
be pretty obvious though
the Jedi, right?
for the
Because
time period that they're in?
yeah.
So, if I'm not mistaken, so they're so to me it seems that they're in a, especially since they're getting political in a way, they're in a era where um things are peacefully on edge, especially in Coruscant. I think that's what we're going to see when we see how Coruscant works when they get there.
Mhm.
Maybe they're how they're when they're training her, and what's going on in the galaxy around that time period, and where the Jedi are running off to, and how they're reacted to it. And they've already even shown in some of the random encounters or random, things that are happening in the show, how they use those instances to make themselves look better. So you can tell that they're in like a beginning of the political age that we see near their fall and Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. So um um I think that they're just afraid, and anything dark side is not tolerated, even though that's very hypocritical. Um, and they don't want them to train children in those arts because then they're gonna turn into May. So, in a way, the Jedi were justified. The one thing that always gets me with the especially like the ancient Star Wars lore is their long ass wars, and
Mhm.
then like what those long ass wars like really look like. Where y'all, I mean, like there's the Clone Wars, and so that was like battle of attrition, modern military style, type World War II, World War One, modern warfare type stuff, um, but especially considering that they have lightsabers and everybody else probably had like swords and kind of blasters or whatever. Like what were your wars? It's just like on site like all the time. It really seemed to me like what wars, I mean, there's books on them, and yes, there were wars on planets, but what it really was is just going around the galaxy finding dudes and then making sure they stop their shit on site. Like that's the war, that was talked about. So in a way, this is like a small like a smaller version of that, because I mean, when you hear of Brendock and how people have spoken of Brendock in the show so far, like it ain't shit. It was just these witches right here. But it was something that was on the Jedi's radar because they were sent out there for a reason. And that the dark side or the darkness, I don't think that they were clouded, right? So since they weren't
Mhm.
clouded like Yoda, they probably felt a virgins in the force. So all of it being put together, I can see where everyone is coming from. The part that I guess is confusing, and it's not to like bring up the haters or whatever, but I'm just trying to understand from a like a like a logic sense where people can kind of be coming from when they talk about how the Jedi not being in a good light.
Mhm.
If they killed these witches, they killed witches. They killed witches in the known universe too. I mean, like that's what Dathomir is. Like, like I don't. I'm kind of. That's why they on Dathomir in the first place, because the Jedi would and they would kill him on sight. It was a big ass
Yeah.
war. So like this is the part that I'm like I'm just enjoying what's being presented. So
Mhm.
I don't know. The witches part of it and all that seem normal to me. Um uh let's put it this way. Andor was on the run. The fuck he do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody on the run. It's Star Wars Galaxy.
Right.
Jin Urso's on the run. Han Solo's on the run. Obi-Wan's on the one run. Yoda was in exile. Why did he get exiled? Oh, why the Jedi in exile? What happened? Like, see, this is what I'm saying. Like circular logic.
Right.
It's just good. It's just we know what and that's why I believe all the other stuff is just made up, and they really
Yeah.
just don't. They really, 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 really don't like seeing people of color in their Star Wars. Which I mean, I wouldn't say it's fine. Like it's just fine. We're just ignoring and talk about something else. But um, yeah. I mean, what do you what was your favorite part then? What would you say was a highlight of the episode outside of because you said the pacing and all that kind of stuff like that. So what was great about it?
What was great about it to me was Soul again, because one of my questions that I had was like, why is he so connected with Osha? Why does he care so much? And just to kind of see how caring he was, toward them. He did try to save May and not just Osha. He does really seem to care. So I really am starting to believe that although the Jedi are definitely sus so far in this series, because again they seem to really be kind of drunk on power, and again where they can just roll up to this planet, to this coven, and be like, hey, you're teaching children shit, that's not cool, we're going to test them and maybe take them to be Jedi. um although Soul's like, the Jedi do not take children. I was like, so I'm starting to I kind of wonder how that relationship is going to develop, seeing that Soul seems to be a bit more reasonable than some of the other Jedi that we're introduced to. um Outside of that, the Wookiee Jedi, I thought we were going to get to see more Wookiee Jedi than we did, but of
Oh,
the
he coming.
yeah.
Top knot though. Top knot alert.
Hey,
Yo,
listen,
these hairstyles.
I mean that's this is kind of a prissy
I'm glad we
era.
get a break from side dreads. That shit was about to
Right.
piss me off.
Right on. But we did get to see Kelnaka, I think his name is. He seems
Yeah.
kind of cool. Like, Osha
Mhm.
came up to him, was like, hey, and I don't understand Wookiee, no one does, but he could turn around. I was like, hey, what's going on? Hey.
Yeah, I call my dude Han.
Yeah, yeah, he'll
Bro,
be
what's
able to
this dude
hook it
saying,
up.
man?
Yeah, you don't know quite. He could be, saying fuck you, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
Nah, he
so.
seems cool.
So I do kind of enjoy seeing that old team. Obviously, again, two of them are dead in the present day, but we got to see Master Torben as a Padawan. But outside of that, the other thing that I really enjoy is I am still intrigued. We are
Yeah.
starting to see more of this event. We saw that again. May is really more evil than I expected she was. She almost didn't seem like she was that evil anymore. But anyway, um,
I
because
mean, she's a witch though.
yeah, but
So
come on, like so May is all about being because they got this ascension. The witches have this ascension that they're gonna make the girls go through, and May's all about it. Wants to be a witch. Osha, and here's one of my complaints. Other than the pacing, I don't quite understand why Osha is like, I want to be a Jedi. I want to be a Jedi.
she just don't want to be a witch.
I get that she doesn't want to be a witch, but I just think
Go
she's
ahead, say your
going
point, because
really
I
hard in for the
go ahead.
Jedi. That's just
Yeah.
I think she's going really hard for the Jedi, like off rip. And I understand not wanting to be a witch, but she just really seems to be ready to get the fuck out of there. And I don't know why.
So I got two ways of looking at this. One, have you ever wanted to run away when you were a kid?
Yes, in fact, I was willing to go with my biological father who was just released from prison after 15 years. So yes, I do get that part.
So you wanted to go be a Jedi.
Right. I hear you. I hear you.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's not the path that we're laying for you, Don. We want you to go this way. You said, no, I want to go be a Jedi. Another one. I grew up Jehovah's Witness. You think I wanted to grow up Jehovah's Witness? No. I hated that shit. Get me the fuck out of here. I'll go anywhere. Just get me out of here. I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this. I do not want to be a part of this. I'm cool. Like y'all cool, family, some people I
Okay.
know,
I
I
hear
see
you.
you cool,
Yeah.
but get me up out of here. Never look back.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Like, you
She
know,
don't want to. Well, I mean, I guess I can get where you're coming from, like as like, oh, what's going on over there, where she doesn't want to do it. But
because her mom
so
seems nice. I mean,
what I'm gathering from this, especially from a dyad kind of point of view,
yeah.
is from okay. So two things from the dyad point of view and from those moons, and then how they have incorporate the moons into the logo, right? So, um, the one moon doesn't really move. The blue one
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really move. And so that one reminds me of May. But especially considering that or not May. Yeah, May because that one stays still. And
Mm-hmm.
then so it was the one scene, I think it was right when she was about to go get her bag, I think they showed the moons. I think they showed the moons like the area whatever and then they cut to
Yeah.
her putting the stuff in the bag. Something like that. But the moon was moving away from the one that was the line through it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like them kind of splitting apart or whatnot. So not every not every twin wants to finish each other sentences and wear matching clothes. And then not every, brother sister combo hate each other and want to fight and stuff all the time. Like
Yeah.
you can have your differences or whatnot. And so that's what I'm reading from Osha is that like she don't want to do this and she not about it. She wants to go see the universe. She wants to go to see the stars. She wants to be, out and about. She don't want to be on Brendock. I
She
didn't
can
really
fix
even look
shit
at it.
really good.
Well, right. So I mean, I didn't really look at it as like you know, what's her I don't what's her motivation? Why is she moving this way? It's kind of a clear cut hero's journey. Luke Skywalker, I want to go and join the Starfleet or whatever the fuck he said. Um,
Yeah.
it's rhyming history. It's rhyming like George Lucas always said, and that's why I believe that as so many others, content creators that I've actually been seeing, kind of had this thought beforehand, but this is kind of one of the most Star Wars show. It's a way to reboot. So the thing that reboots need to be instead of like, oh yeah, Bruce Wayne's parents died again. Um, it should be like the theme of the reboot, and the theme of Star Wars, the original, before it got as deep as it is this kid not wanting to go be a farmer and wanted to fly planes,
Yeah.
and through that, his secret space uh, uncle fucking was like, "Oh, you ready now?" And then boom, here we go. He's off on some, Mary Sue journey. But this is what this is. Ah, it drives me insane. But yeah. So I think that it was a good way of showing um different ways that the Force moves. Because I don't really think May is that evil. I think May is just because if I don't think she killed everybody either. I'm pretty sure she started the fire, but I think that was on accident because
Let's
the book
talk
started
about
burning.
that. Let's talk about that. So
Let's
we
go.
we see that event, right? We see, and that's where I was saying we're like, well, May really seems like to be kind of evil because, again, as we were talking about, Osha wants to be a Jedi. This really upsets May to the point to where, you know, before Osha is ready to leave with the Jedi because they got tested and she passed, even though she promised she would throw it with her sister, which does further anger May. So May's just not cool with what the fuck's going on right now. And neither is her
Right.
other mother. The other mother's like, paraphrasing here, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let her go with some fanatic monks. Um, so May confronts Osha about lying about throwing the test. I'm not going to let you go be a Jedi. So I'm going to fucking kill you. And I'm paraphrasing, but it's basically what happened. I'm like, whoa, wow. She is like off the deep end real quick here. So she does set a fire to the. And here's another one. Here's another complaint I have, and you can maybe throw this in a nitpick category. I'll take it. But I'm not sure how this stone fortress is so flammable. But either way, one could speculate. I don't think May was able to set that big of a fire. Because, yeah, this whole place ends up getting fucked up. Osha is able to, like, jury rig her way out of a porthole and, she's saved from the fire. But as it turns out, like, all of these witches are now fucking dead, burned away somehow. They try to play it off like it was May's fault. Even Soul is like, May did this. I don't think that's what happened. I don't think she did it at all. So what do you? I think it's the other mom. The other mom that's salty because okay, the main witch, right? The one that created them but didn't carry them. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. She was like kind of cool with okay, if Osha wants to be a Jedi, we'll let her do what she's gonna do. But the other mom was like, we're not fucking having this. She's like aligned with May as far as like we're not cool with this at all. And so I think she is the one that ultimately set this fire, destroyed this fortress that ended up wiping out everybody other than Osha and May. And I mean, maybe she could still be alive at this point. That could be part of the twist. She could be the person, the person with the black mask that we're all seeing with the red lightsaber, I almost think. So what do you think about that event and what went down?
That one's hard to call. I don't really want to make predictions because I think we're gonna see. I think that either the next two episodes or the next episode are gonna show the other points of view.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or they do that later in the series. So they might do like a present day one and then go back and do the other point of view. But anyway, um, so I personally don't want to speculate on that. What I will say is that there was the part where I think it was when they were doing the Ascensions when they spliced through. So what were they doing when they heard the noise the first time? Heard and then they saw their little I don't know device sparking. You don't remember that one? So there was two times. So there was two times when there was an issue where they were thinking that the Jedi were around, and there was one time when they were doing something and then something started sparking. Oh no, they were doing the training thing. That's what it was. That's what it was. They were training and she was showing them the one and then the two and then
Power of
she threw the
many,
force at her.
yeah.
Yeah, no, not that part, not that part. Not
No.
that was the next part, but this is what they were talking about. And then she, threw the force at May and May blocked it and whatever, and they're standing there and all of a sudden they heard a noise and then they go out and look and something out one of their devices something out there I don't know what it was but it was sparking like it had been compromised or damaged or something like that.
Yeah, I wish you said they sliced through the platform or some shit. Like,
But that's when they did the ascension ceremony, and then
okay.
that's when they had weapons and they were ready to go. And then from that point they went to go see the Jedi because the Jedi were there because they spliced through and got in. But there was one part before then that they heard the sparking thing. So I think that was the beginning of it. But that couldn't have
Mm.
been May because May was in the training room. So ultimately, I think the Jedi were setting the stage and wanted to get the kids out before they got the witches. So then there's no witches because
Motherfucker,
they were being
they
exiled. They were in exile and on the run from them.
I got I know you don't want to speculate, but I do. The motherfucking Jedi, they
Yeah,
Waco, Texas this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They branched
that's
Davidian this motherfucker.
that's what I think. Yeah,
Okay, look that shit up. If you want to get angry about your government or Janet
they took
Reno in
out.
particularly,
Oh,
But you're right. He said they're fucking kids. Oh, well, let's kill them. Let's
Now we'll
fuck this
take the
shit up.
kids. You and your crazy ass religion. We going over here. We gonna Jedi that.
Oh,
We the FBI. We the the
ATF.
FJI.
Yeah, the
The Federal
FJI.
Jedi Investigators.
Right, and Jackie be on that shit, right? She'd be like, in the name of the Republic.
Yeah, right. That bitch said, "Oh, the Republic ain't here, bitch. What you talking about?"
Oh man, I just thought of that too. Like, they
I don't know. I don't know if you see, but ain't not a nan nut out here.
Right. Nothing.
We in a mountainside, bitch. What you talking about?
Although I didn't know how they were gonna hide being on the top of a mountain like that. Fucking look like Sauron's tower and shit.
I don't think they were hiding. I think that the planet that they were on was a hiding spot in and of itself.
Right.
And they had a fortress to protect themselves, but ultimately that wasn't the thing that they were hiding in. I think they were hiding in the planet.
Yeah. But I'm still intrigued. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't give this a great rating. I understand it, but I am still enjoying it very much so. So that's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I can't wait to see, because I think you're right. I think we're gonna obviously see some different perspectives, because the Jedi did some fuck shit.
Yeah,
I know they did some fuck shit, because Master Torben fucking suicided himself, and he was just a Padawan at the time. That's my other question. He was just a Padawan, so obviously whatever he did, he was ordered to do.
But they're witches, bro.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're Branch Davidians. You're right. So, like, fuck it, fuck them, right? Shock and awe.
But so this is ultimately where, not even like media literacy, but like connecting, making it make sense in reality, right? So I guess it ties into media literacy, because how do you not read this when you're watching what's happening unfold? But the Jedi have to be tolerant of witches, and that makes them good. Even though the witches, the specific coven, was on the run and wasn't doing anything currently, but like, who were they before? Like why were they on the run? That's what I want to know. Why? What were they on the run for?
I'm with you. Why?
That matters. Context matters.
I'd really like.
If they were just on the run because the Jedi were like, witches. Okay, well then, that's not good. But if they, destroyed a whole planet with their witch magic, well, I mean, maybe them hoes gotta go. But
you get the Killmonger treatment.
Right. So the Empire, though, can blow up a whole planet, and we're like, well, like, that's the part about it that, and then you'll put a Death Star on your car. Like, going back to that point, like, that's the part that I don't quite get. Like, if we're thinking that the Jedi are in a bad light, like, I thought that people had a sense of justice. But then at the same time, I guess the Coven was convincing in their humanity, that you can see the humanity in someone you would consider an enemy. So another way that you can look at this is like, the Jedi are like all the like libs of TikTok, like Christian extremists, you know what I mean? And then the Coven are like gay women.
Right.
And like, yeah, the religious extremists think that, lesbians are the most evil thing vile to man, but when you talk to them, they just some chicks out here loving each other and living life. Like, what are they actually doing? Are they actually with the dark side? And so that's where again, getting back to the Freddie Prinze, we gotta do this every week. I guess we need like a bumper with Freddie Prinze freaking out. There's no light side, there's no dark side, it's just the force.
I'll make something.
It's just the force. And so what I believe George means by, because he had the one interview when he was breaking down like, oh, this is for 12-year-olds or whatever, and he was trying to give him like give people or have like media that gives people like a sense of morality or judgment without having to have like a dominant religion be, centered. But he had made mention of like, make sure you're a good person and you do the right thing, you live in the light. Now, that doesn't mean the light side of the force. That means the light side of humanity. Because if you use the light side of the force, you're going to blind yourself to the dark side. So you just need to be a good human. A good human means that I can be empathetic with your plight and your situation, but I can also punch you in the face if you're being a fuckhead. It's balance.
Or if somebody's being a fuckhead to you, I could just go ahead and hit them up with some force lightning so they get the fuck off their shit and leave you alone and save your life. And yeah, it's considered
Maybe
a
if you
dark
don't
side
kill them,
power. Right. And you got just a pow. Hey.
yeah, just a little tase.
But there's also
Don't
a
tase me,
force
bro.
power. Right. Yeah, well,
Don't force lightning me, bro.
Yeah, don't force lightning me,
Man.
bro.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't hit on your wife no more. I promise.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Don't
Don't
force
force
lightning me,
lightning me, bro. I'm
bro.
sorry.
Oh man, I gotta do
I
something with
thought you
that.
were I thought you were a Jedi. I thought you weren't supposed to have attachments, bro. Relax. Sorry. Jeez. Can't get over on that guy. That guy's balanced in the force over there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Fun fact: Plow Koon could use force lightning. So.
Oh, I did not know that.
That was not.
That makes me want to make like a Star Wars parody of
Don't
like
force lightning me, bro.
yeah, no man, like Jedi getting taken advantage of for all the loopholes in the Force.
Yeah.
The Jedi land on a planet that's full of brothels. What do they do next?
Well, there's only females on this
Mine's a
planet.
thought
What shall we
again.
do? Yeah. There's only horny females on this planet. They'll go extinct.
Oh man.
We must do our duty, master.
Mindful of the Force.
The Force tells me I'd like to snoo, master.
Yeah. There's that. Give me some death sticks while you're at it. Give me some death sticks and some baby savers. I don't know what they would call it, but
yeah.
Make sure it's out of bantha skin.
Give me some death sticks. Give me some your best Bespin spice. Hurry up.
All right.
We call an 8-ball
in
the Star Wars galaxy.
Pack of bantha skin condoms.
Midichlorians can make life. They can also destroy it. Ooh.
Matter of fact, no. I need Zillow Beast. I need Zillow Beast skin condoms. All right.
Zillow Beast.
I ain't having no fucking babies today.
Yeah. Not doing it. I get kicked out of the order. Fun stuff.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Don't force lightning me, bro. I gotta do so. That's funny as fuck. I gotta do something with that. Anywho. So yeah. Yeah, Acolyte. The Acolyte. It's cool. I like it. It's not perfect.
Good stuff, man.
It's
to me it's not like it's not the whole seeing a Jedi in a bad light because it's not my story. So okay. This was a thought that I had before on that line. Fucking Conehead, what's his name? Mundy.
Kiara-Mundi.
That dude.
He's my least. He's my least favorite Jedi in existence.
Realistically, when we think about the legacy of Yoda, that motherfucking reason why there is no Jedi, because he was blind, because he's so fucking arrogant, or whatever his problem was.
Honestly, I'll give you one.
Flawed from the get-go. That's why I don't exist.
He fucking knew. He straight out knew Anakin was going to turn into Darth Vader. He knew it. He saw the vision. I've seen it. He knew it. I know Yoda was one of my more favorite
But what do
Jedi
you do
back in the
though?
day, but
Like realistically, okay. So I'll
that
tell you,
was
if I'm Yoda and I see a vision of this young little boy that we done brought in, that's like, damn, you done brought the Darth Vader motherfucker in here, man. Like, god damn, bro. I'm gonna try to save him, but then at the end of the day, all they did was just antagonize him because the Jedi, you know, dogma is just so rigid. And I understand, like, I definitely get it, but it's one of those things where it's hard to and that's probably why the religious stuff doesn't work for me, is that it's hard to pass down stuff that the things, I guess, that in the past were the most convincing, like nowadays seems a little outdated to me, as far as like people trying to proselytize. To me, like the people that have real faith just have faith. You don't need to proselytize. You do your thing, live your life, have your faith, you know, and it is for it's your strength and, you know, your inner power or whatever. Like I'm cool with all that. The issue comes when there's the war side of it and the conversion side of it and the proselytizing and all that kind of stuff like that. And yeah, I guess you got to spread your message, but you know, if at this point motherfuckers don't want to believe in what you want them to, what you want them to believe, then just leave them alone. Um, but I mean, after thousands of years, this shit gonna get stale. It's not gonna keep up with the times. It's not gonna keep up with, in this case, someone as powerful as Anakin. Because not only was Anakin powerful, I think one thing that isn't made mention, I mean, they do make mention of it, but they, I think they expect you to like apply it to him, is how intelligent he is. He built a C3PO, motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
that's a robot with spare parts. He flew pod racers.
Right,
Like,
he made a pod racer. Not only did he fly it, but
you
he
have to be
made the
intelligent to
best
do that.
pod racer ever, best pod ever to race.
Yeah. I mean, so this kid is an intelligent kid, and uh you're trying to play him like he's stupid with your stupid rules, when you should just be like, all right, you know what, this dude here is kind of the shit, so we probably should just lay off him a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe he won't kill all our kids. Did you get rid of the shirt, Ryan? I hope you got rid of the shirt, Ryan. Get rid of the shirt, Ryan. I'm
Judging
gonna
by
go on
the
your website tonight.
judging by the
I better
views,
not
I
see
don't
the
think
goddamn
so.
shirt, Ryan. That better be limited fucking time. Better not see that shit again. I'm about to look it up right now.
uh, yeah, yeah. You know, the whole like Anakin Vader thing would have just it would have been completely bypassed. It was like, okay, Padme's hot. Okay, I get it. You're gonna marry her.
Right.
You're gonna have kids by her. Okay. You think she's gonna die? Okay, we'll help you with that. You don't have to go to anybody for help. We're the Jedi. We'll help you. Okay, just you've been a great war hero. You've done a lot for the Republic. So whatever needs to happen here, okay? Like, okay, all right, cool, all right. I won't align with the Chancellor and chop off Mace Windu's hand and fuck
Right.
this whole thing up in a moment's notice. But
I think
that's
that
Star Wars, and the characters are not perfect. So you really do need to accept that when it comes
I
to
think they
this.
got rid of the shirt.
Oh, really?
I see the sand one, but I don't see the other one. I feel like I did this.
I
I'm
feel
taking
like
credit.
you did that as well. I'm gonna.
I'm taking credit. I believe they saw the video in the algorithm and we're like, you know what?
They're right.
Oh, he's right. I'm not subscribing though. He's too right. He made me feel bad, so I'm not subscribing.
Yeah, no, they didn't. So that's for damn sure. That is for damn sure.
uh yeah, but I mean it was obvious. But the big issue with it though, especially if you go back to Attack of the Clones, is Anakin was a baby too. Like he was a bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially that scene with Padme. I was just like, man,
He
and
was
he
he
still
was a
get the
bitch.
buns. And he
Yeah.
still get the buns. Man, y'all just be fucking whoever, bro.
Yeah, he had no game, right? He had zero game at all with Padme.
Oh man. I care about you. Oh, I care about you too. Like, fuck out of here.
You're
Both
right.
y'all
That
weird.
shirt is not there, bro.
No, it's not, bro. I did it.
You did it.
Did it.
J100 made Screen Crush rethink their strategy, and they have taken
Yes.
off their Kill Youngling shirt.
Yes. I'm taking the credit. It's
Bravo,
me,
son.
motherfucker. I did it.
Bravo.
Cause it was a bad look, bro.
Yeah,
Realistically, like I like those guys a lot. They work hard.
me too.
They make sure they know what they're talking about. Um, um, they're good humans as far as like worldview. So from what I see, so what's to be upset about? They treat humans like humans. They look at humans like humans. You know what I mean? Um, you can tell in their humor. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I really just wanted them to not have something that like where did you get that Screen Crush, and then they'd be associated with, you know,
Child
infanticide. So
genocide. Yeah.
well, so yeah. But
All right.
Sand murder that shit all
Yeah,
day.
that is funny. I'll
Matter of
take
fact,
that.
I need some glass, bitch.
Burn that
Give me your
motherfucker.
lightsaber. I need to make some glass.
Burn that shit up. That was funny because right before I came home to do the podcast, we were chilling at a local beach. That's funny.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, there's not much else we can say about it. So
It's a great show. Watch it. Stop being haters. It's amazing, and we're gonna talk about how awesome it is.
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know what
it's
the
only
bots
going to get better from
after
here.
this show. I forgot. I don't know what the bots are saying at all. Unless you want to debate me or us.
Yes, if you want to come on this show and legitimately debate us, justify the whole Star Wars is dead, I'll say bullshit, but I want to encourage you to come debate. So I'll just say, come defend that position. We'll be fair. Fair, I guess. Not to say you won't get clowned because you might say something stupid, in which case we're gonna.
I mean, listen, y'all might even think I've said something stupid, but based off of the reaction that I get from you, and at least knowing that I'm basing what I'm saying off the lore, um, I don't think it is stupid. It could be stupid. Should tell me I'm stupid. But if we use lore to kind of make people see the error of their ways or whatnot, or common sense, like I don't know, there's women in the universe that may have had force powers. Their stories would have been told too, because they were Jedi as well, and they may have been black. I don't think that was the thing that mattered in that galaxy or that universe, but
Nan
you know,
nutta.
right. You got aliens, and you love Chewbacca, and we don't even know what the fuck that motherfucker say.
Yeah,
So,
right. Yeah. He probably
yeah,
smells awful, but he's one of your
yes,
most marketable characters
exactly.
in the universe.
That dude probably smells like 6
Like wet.
vomiting wet dogs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's no
Yeah.
shower in the Millennium Falcon. Okay.
No. Mm-mm. Like, where's he shit? What's the Wookiee shit smell like? Probably absolutely disgusting. But you love him. We love him. We love
So just
him.
keep that energy. That's all we're
And then on
saying.
top of that, we pick up our own dog shit. So like, what do we?
Sure
There's
do. In them little
nothing to
fucking
hate.
bags. We got a little container hooks right onto the leash.
There's some Jedi out there, right, that have a vagina. It's okay. And they may be like a different race, but check this one out. They're actually humans in makeup because it's a story that they do that's fiction. So it doesn't really matter anyway.
Fire, sound, and gravity in space. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
And you didn't write it. So who cares? Just sit back and relax. You really don't have to be this hard on it. Especially considering I'm probably gonna watch it to go to sleep right now. The 1970s what was it? 75 one was trash. As far as the graphics and stuff go. Revolutionary for the time. It was 50 years ago. Let it go. It's okay. Star Wars is good. Acolyte is good.
Star Wars is good.
But if you don't like it, tell me why. We can discuss.
I'll be running a show. We'll get you in Omega Level Nerds Discord. We'll hook it up. But for everyone else, let us know what you think of the Acolyte down in the comments. Do you think that Leslie is being, or in the show in general, is being treated unfairly? Or do you just want to call us shills? Go right ahead. Just do it down in the comments below, please. And if you made it to this point of the video, please like and subscribe. It really help us out. And we need a lot of help. I'm be as humble as I possibly can here. You know,
it's true.
Need a lot of help. I love being on Superhero Speak. It's a partner, YouTube partner podcast. But I think that Omega Level Nerds also needs to have at least that much success, because I think that we're a really great source of nerdom. We're going to tell you what it is. We're not going to go along with the media bias and propaganda. We're going to help you be media literate and help you really understand our expert analysis so that you can actually enjoy content instead of fucking going online and just grifting about it.
What's that? This just in. Kathleen Kennedy is about to get fired. Find out why when you like and subscribe, and we'll tell you in the next.
There you go. Exactly. Like and subscribe, and we'll personally have her executed by a predator drone.
Kathleen Kennedy, she's getting arrested for pedophilia. I seen it. She was no. Kathleen Kennedy was Harvey Weinstein's fluffer girl, who also picked up his dry cleaning and made sure all the stains were off the couch.
And we'll have all the proof for you. We just got to hit at least 1,000 subscribers. So please,
right. 1,000 subscribers. Okay, I tell you everything. I got pictures, AI video. I mean, video.
Leslie Headland rapes babies. We'll give you all the proof, but that's going to take 5,000 subscribers. So
5,000.
Let us know your feedback in the comments. Obviously, we're joking, but we do need 5,000 subscribers, please. So, what do you want me to do for that? Comment below. What would you like me to do for 5,000 subscribers?
You're gonna have to dress up as something. I don't know. I gotta think.
Well, we have labeled him the Fatawan, the Fat Jedi. I'll dress up as him.
Who's the Fat Jedi? Who's that one?
In this episode, he's or was he? No, he was on the last episode where he's like, "Oh, she won't stop wiggling."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know the apothecary. That's not our guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I'll cosplay as him. 5,000 subs,
be
please.
A Jedi. Okay.
Absolutely, and that's my point. As much as I love the name Fatawan, yes, that's why even someone like me, I could be strong in the Force, use telekinetic powers, no problem.
Right. Can't put them cheeseburgers down to save his life. Put the cheeseburger down.
Fatawan, the Fatawan rules.
Oh shit!
All right. Until next time, guys. We'll talk about the next episode of The Acolyte. Oh, but before I just want to say real quick.
Ooh.
RIP to comic historian Ben Potter, I believe his name is.
Oh. That's
Go
so
check out
sad.
his videos. And just watch out what you read, because I saw an article that was like, oh, he was in a road accident, and nothing has confirmed anything like that. So just watch what you read, but definitely go and check his stuff out, guys. Even as a longtime comic reader, I really appreciate how he presented a lot of stories in an abridged way that made more sense, and that could really help you prepare for a movie or other comic book storylines that might be adjoined to it. But nonetheless, legend gone too soon. He was only 40 years old, and again, somebody that I didn't know, but I certainly knew his channel and enjoyed his content.
Yeah, me too.
And I would just encourage, I guess, all of you to do so if you haven't already. So check that out. So, but Rip the comic historian, definitely a YouTube legend. Will be missed. So on that note, I waited to the very end to make you sad. On that note, until next time, we'll see you soon.
What's up?
Hey everyone, thank you so much for enjoying the video. If you've made it this far, again, please like the video. Let us know what you think of the Acolyte so far down in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It would help us out oh so very much. And here's another video if you enjoyed this one. Have a great one.